What's up? What's up? I'm going a little extra bonus footage in here. I think the Dodger game is in the 17th inning, maybe. So if you're coming in from the iPhone stream, yo, 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 yo. TB first up. I knew TB would be first up. TB doesn't fuck around. I don't fuck around either. It's just the guy. I know this is a crazy game. So Tim Dillon told me all I need is 2,000 fans. And so I just need about 1,999 TBs, and I'll be famous. What up? What up? Good day. Good day, mate. All right, bottom of the 16th inning, 5-5. We got a ball game here. Yeah, the Earl sign's looking good. Looking good. The Wi-Fi, it's always a little wonky on my iMac. Boy, they're really leaving this Lauer guy in. Is he a starting pitcher? He's got 58 pitches. That's a lot for Earl Skakel in the house. This will be a very short stream. We'll stream until the game's over. Ooh, 91. I mean, still throwing hard. So thank you for switching over. I know it was a pain in the ass. I know the iMac streams are a little wonky. Yeah, he must be a starter. It's 60 pitches. So we got a nice ball game here. Yes. Is this Australian cricket? I guess this would be our version of cricket. I don't see any empty seats. Look at the people in the front row just struck him out. I mean, we got a game here, baby. I'll have to see Jelly Roll and Shabuzi. I like Jelly Roll on that Ozzy Osbourne tribute. He did a good job with the singing "Mama, I'm Coming Home." I wouldn't picture him an Ozzy fan, but he did a good job. All right, here we go. I mean, if the Blue Jays, I don't know about that. I don't think that was a strike. Let's see if that was a strike. Yeah, I mean, that was no strike. Is that Mary Hart in the front row? Oh, good call. I knew she looked familiar. Look at this fucking guy. He's jonesing. I got a little shoulder pain seeing that guy do that. Surprised he didn't call that a strike. I mean, I sat front row of the last two games I went to back to back. Dodger, no, it would be the visiting team dugout. Great seats. You can go in to this restaurant. It's a buffet. It's really good. I mean, I'm not going to say they were worth the money I paid for the ticket, but I had a good time. Otani, I'm still not sure about that gambling. His interpreter, I don't know about that. I think the interpreter was covering for Otani. This guy looks like he's jonesing to come in. You know how much pussy this guy could get in Toronto if they win this game? Yeah, hit the like button. I know you guys are coming over from the other stream. So, but you know what? I need another Another batch of likes and subscriptions, Oh, man. That's a couple warning track shots. Might be time to get another pitcher in. 17 innings, baby. We got a ball game here. I mean, I don't expect 100 likes on this stream, but, you know, who knows? And this is without the Perry Caravello bomb. I think Perry is still streaming, so. Tom Brady looking good, man. He really won the genetic lottery. Good for him. I don't hate. Earl Skakel in the house Monday night in the Earlverse. I get my Comedy Store schedule tomorrow. So hopefully I'm there Saturday night if you guys are local. Yeah, you really, you did get your money's worth if you spent $2,500 for tickets. Oh, is the PCL bump incoming? Did they just end? Because usually I get a message from Tom Brennan, but I did not today. But they don't owe me anything, so it's all good. Oh shit, Perry Caravello and their viewers just joined. So we got a PCL bump incoming. Too bad they weren't around for the car chase, but here we are. We just stream and stream and stream. And welcome to the PCL people in the house. And I know you guys have been listening to about a 6-hour stream with Perry and the great Tom Brennan. So, just keep your mind at ease. We might not be streaming that much. What's up, Michael? We're just watching the Dodger game. It's in the top of the 17th inning. So, yes, the PCL bump is real. 138 people just joined. Thank you very much. Booyah, everyday goon. All right. I mean, I got a feeling this game could go for a long time. I mean, it's 5-5 for those of you just joining. The number 8 hitter and that's it deep, but catchable. I do believe Otani is up in the next inning. I mean, I have no money on this game either. Can you imagine the gamblers if the over was like 11.5 and it's at 10? Yes, hit the like button for the Dodgers. Come on, man. I mean, the tough thing is in the World Series, you go all in. So, at one point you're going to run out of pitchers, but you got to save some pitchers for, game. Would that be game 4? So, um, it's tough. I don't think you'll see any utility infielders pitching. Sometimes in a preseason game, or not a preseason game, but a regular season game that doesn't mean much, you could see like the backup shortstop pitching. I don't think you're going to see that here. Basically, the only pitchers who are not on the table for this game are the starters for the next game. So, and someone might know, is there a game tomorrow or do they get a day off? Because that would help influence when's the next scheduled police chase? Probably in about 5 minutes, to be honest with you. Welcome to the PCL bump. Thank you very much. You guys are all soldiers. I appreciate you guys coming in. I know it's late for most of you. It's 11:15 in the PM here in Los Angeles, California. Otani starts tomorrow. I mean, he's going to be a little tired. So You got to think. I mean, this guy's throwing some gas. You got to think if he's starting tomorrow. At one point, do you? I mean, you're not going to pinch hit for Otani, but there is a game tomorrow. Okay. See, I'm more excited about the Kings and the San Jose Sharks tomorrow, but I'm probably the only one in Los Angeles looking forward to. I mean, I'm sure even the King players want to. Yeah, this guy's throwing some smoke. I mean, the last guy the Dodgers had was throwing like 101. Whoa! That's a great catch. So here we go. We are at the bottom of the 17th inning. I will for sure. Hold on, I'm getting some incoming messages. Once again, thank you to Perry and Tom Brennan for the bump. And we like to we are a friendly stream in here. So no shenanigans in here. I'm a happy-go-lucky comic. I'm actually happy in life. What I do, Brian Landon in the house. Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? The legend of Brian Landon. So Dabbleverse discussion is on the table now. We're coming off a 2-hour phone stream with a police chase, some Dodger baseball and whatnot. Larry Bird in the house. So Daddy's tired. I'm not going to lie. I'm not built for like Tom and Perry are for a 6-hour stream. This is about a 2-hour stream for me if you count the phone stream. So to the PCL listeners and fans, I promise you this won't be that long of a stream. And you're probably going to wait if this guy's going to do a 20-minute stream. What a fucking Lulu. But we just got done with a 2-hour stream. Yeah, we don't. This isn't the Gino and Kiki hour. So you want to talk about those two? You got to go to. I'm going to send you to Pat Dixon's stream. How about that? Yes, I mean this is an old school IMAX stream. Now, usually the IMAX stream, the Wi-Fi tends to get wonky at some point, so I do apologize for that. The cheese wheel. I don't get involved in the PCL politics, so you guys are on your own in that one. This is a friendly stream. So I have banned nobody. This is my stream. I'll do what I want. So keep the PCL drama out. Or I'll just end it right now and I'll watch the Dodger game by myself with, well, I can't even watch it with my dog because she's not here. So I'll watch it with my wrestling action figures. So don't worry about what I'm doing. No, it's the 17th inning. Tommy Edmonds up 1 for 7. So we got a new pitcher in Little, a lefty. I don't know much. I don't know anything about baseball, so we're going lefties. Well, I mean, the tickets are very expensive. I mean, you got to figure those dugout or the home plate seats behind those are $3 to $5 grand. Who the fuck can afford that? I mean, Mary Hart maybe, but like, damn, Little. I mean, how can there be 17 innings? Well, see, I don't know, TB. I'll take your word on that one. I don't know what Edmund can do. I mean, I'm going to assume that anyone batting seventh is not a home run hitter, but with the Dodgers lineup, this guy'd probably be batting fourth for the Angels. All right. I mean, no, I don't think they were sold. I mean, they were empty 7 innings ago. Kip Smith, one Earl Skakel membership. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wanna be in that parking lot in about 30 minutes, especially if the Dodgers lose. Yeeks. Doom is not here, but, Brian, BL is here, so we can talk Dabbleverse. We can talk, Kiki crying on someone's stream. We can talk it's not what I wanna talk about, but, that is the rule. We can talk about Steel Toe out of jail. Steel Toe seemed a little too happy. Everything was great in jail. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I've never been to jail before, but I've had, let's just say, several family members, and they don't describe the jail that Steel Toe was describing to me. Now, maybe he was in prison and not jail, but like he said he played basketball with the blacks. Uh, I don't see that happening. And that he was dominating, I don't see that happening either. But I wasn't there, so I can't say he's lying. But I find it hard to believe that a white guy was allowed to play basketball with the blacks in prison. That's just not. Every person I know who's been to prison say, if you were white, because I always ask them, well, what would it be like if I went to prison? What would I have to do? And all right, we got a ground ball to the shortstop. All right, 2 outs. They all say you have to go to where the whites are instantly. So yeah, I don't know. I'd have to take your word. I'm too lazy to do that, to be honest with you. The Peckerwood, they'd call me Peckerwood. But George Perez, who's been in some serious prisons, told me that everyone would love me in prison because I would make people laugh. But you're literally not allowed to mix with other races. So I can't imagine that he played basketball with the blacks in prison. From everything I've been told about prison, that's like impossible. Oh, maybe if he was in with the DUI people, but even then, I would say that you'd probably, unfortunately, stick to your race in there. But I don't know. I hopefully will never know the ins and outs of prison. Is this going to be a single? Oh, he almost went. He almost went for two. Um, I mean, I can't say you're wrong, Exodus, about your dad, but like, oh, here comes Otani. Well, you don't want to walk him because then that puts the runner in the game-winning run in position at second base. But I I think prison has always been a race-oriented situation, so you don't go to where the Mexicans are, the blacks. You go where the whites are if you look like Aaron, but, I don't know. I mean, he just seemed a little too like everything was, "Oh, the guards knew me," and, like, he has an internet stream. Like, I don't think anyone recognizes anyone who has an internet stream, but maybe they did. I don't know. Um, so, yeah, I mean, prison is probably the most segregated thing on earth. So, I can't really imagine that. All right, here we go. We got Otani up. They are pitching to him. I mean, oh boy, this is risky. But you can't with Freeman up. I think after Otani, I think no Betts and then Freeman. You can't really afford to walk. Man, that's a tough one, man. You're Otani's 4 for 4 too. I'd probably walk him, but um, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're basically walking him, I think. Yeah, well, Brentwood Country Club. I don't think they let the Jews in there. I mean, Bel Air, when my dad was a member there, they didn't really let the Jews in there too. I mean, that's why I think the Jews, did Hillcrest, where they wouldn't let the goyim in there. Yeah, they're basically walking him, see if they could sucker him. I mean, 2 outs. Alright. I mean, I don't know why they just wouldn't intentionally walk him, why risk it, but no, the police chase ended, they did catch him, he got caught in a cul-de-sac, and then, that was about it. So, yeah, the police chase is over. I think it ended somewhere in some wacky part of Ontario. That is pretty 9 times reaching base tonight. I can't I don't even know how that's possible. We got Mookie Betts, 1 for 7. I think he had 2 flat tires, the front left and the back right. Oh, that looked like a strike to me. Well, because I'm watching this great baseball game, baby. I mean, you know you know, and when you sit there and say, "Be funny," I don't really feel like making you laugh. Like, this isn't a stand-up stream. This is a stream of consciousness. Well, then you can leave the stream, bro. We got a great baseball game. I'm just trying to provide some commentary to the ball game. You don't like what I do? I respect that, but leave the stream. I don't give a fuck. And I'm literally a paid regular at every club in the country, so don't worry about it. How about saying thank you for doing a 3-hour stream? But you be trolling. That's fine. I let the trolls do their thing. I don't block anyone. I let the trolls troll. Yeah, piss man. I'd do an interview with you. It's hard to believe. I did not block anyone, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe one of my mods did, but I personally did not block any. I don't block anyone, bro. Yeah, I mean, if you're listen, I'm the first person to admit if you're a PCL, I mean, obviously a lot of you are, and I do appreciate you guys coming in. This is not um, the Perry Carabello stream. I do it differently. I just hit record and I talk. I don't tell jokes in here. If you want to hear me do jokes, that's fine. When this stream ends, whenever the baseball game ends, I have about 1,600 videos of my stand up on YouTube. Watch them. As a comic, I'm trained to hear laughter. So I'm not going to do a joke in a chat room stream and hear someone or wait for someone to write LOL. I don't operate like that. So if you came in here expecting to hear jokes, bro, just I'm sure Pat Dixon's ready for you. Yeah, I mean, I don't this stream is well, it is about the Beats, baby. No, I actually, funny enough, was a Cincinnati Reds fan. So because my parents were friends with the owner, Happy Williams. He was the damn, we're going to 18 innings, baby. Holy fuck, this game. We got a game here, babies. So I grew up a Reds fan. Ken Griffey, Cesar Geronimo, Dave Concepcion, um, Tony Perez, Ed Armbrister, Tom Seaver. Um, yeah, I mean, I respect if you come in here from PCL and you're like, well, this isn't like the Perry stream. It's not. You guys don't bark orders at me and I jump. Like that's Perry's stream, and it obviously works with him. He has 1,000 people in his stream. I just don't do that. So you probably are not meant for me. And that's fine because I realize that not every stream is for every streamer. And I don't engage with trolls, that's the roast battle training I have. You want to say something mean to me? Come to the Comedy Store. Say it to my face. I doubt you would. And that's so I could hit you. I'm never going to hit a troll. But it's easy to sit there on your keyboard and talk shit about me. You see me, I don't see you. So, you're in the wrong stream if you expect I'm going to, engage with you in that regard. Um, Harold, what's your favorite Mountain Dew? A Diet Mountain Dew. So, I used to love Code Red Diet Mountain Dew, but they don't make that anymore. Yeah, bone loads. We don't do that in here. And I'm on my IMAX stream right now, so I can't. I mean, they must like this guy too. This guy's pitched 45 pitches. So Will Klein. Well, listen, there's probably a reason why I'm one of the least watched streamers. I mean, if you want to lump me in with the Dabbleverse people and Dabbleverse adjacent people, because I live a great life, man. I'm very happy and content with my career, my life choices. So I'm not going to yell at someone who's hiding behind a keyboard. I just don't do that. But to those who do it, they have 5, 6, 700. I mean, Shuley has 1,200 people. Perry has 1,000 people. Uh, damn. I mean, we're basically seeing 2 games here right now. Um, well, someone told me that they do Code Red Diet Mountain Dew like east of Mississippi. I don't know if that's true or not. Um, so, I mean, the sewer system at Dodger Stadium must be on overtime. This is a great game. That's a fact, Jack. I mean, Diet Mountain Dew does have a fair amount of caffeine. Oh, you guys do have Diet Code, right? I mean, I guess I could buy it on Amazon. So we got fruit plates in the Dodger Stadium dugout. Maybe there's some poutine in the Toronto dugout. I think I was in one of the original Tesla cars with Rob Schneider. I didn't like it myself. And then I was in Red Band's Tesla. And that was pretty fucking fast. All right. We got the 3-1 to Guerrero Jr. Yamamoto, a starter possibly coming in. So all hands on deck. All right, here we go. Yamamoto warming up in the pen. Oh, we got an ESPN update. Something's going down. I mean, I sat in a Porsche a couple years ago with my ex. We went to a dealership because the drummer from Pat Benatar, the great Myron Grumbacher, he sells high-end Porsches, I think in the, Thousand Oaks Auto Mall, so I just wanted to meet him. So to look like I was a buyer, I had another salesman come out first, and, so I said, "Well, can I just sit in it, see if I fit in it?" And I felt like, Shaq in this thing, so I didn't necessarily. I mean, I'm sure it rides, and then he wasn't there, so I said, "I gotta go." No, Yamamoto's warming up in the bullpen. So, I mean, it's all hands on deck. I mean, this is a big game. I mean, I'm not saying whoever loses this game can't win, but oh, fuck. Might be a double play here. No, safe. Good hustle. All right, 2 outs. I mean, it is a close play at first. The Dodgers could challenge. That's tough. Tie goes to the runner. I mean, he looked out from that angle. I don't know. Earl Skakel in the Earlverse. Thank you, kids, for watching. This is the back half of a 2-hour stream from my phone. I had to switch over because my phone was about to die. So I appreciate the PCL crowd coming in, joining me. Is SCVID show? I mean, I know he's a Montreal native, so I hit now. That's not. I mean, that's tough, man. I'd like to see the other angle from like the Blue Jays dugout view. What a game! All right. I mean, a tie goes to the runner in general. Yamamoto Motorsports. Isn't that wild that his house got robbed and he had security there? All right, 2 outs, top of the 18th inning, 5-5. Klein's pitched 56. This will be his 57th pitch. Whoa. That's some well, I mean, that's just crazy though. Like that, the security he had a good home security system and security people there and his house still got robbed. I don't know what the Simius Skakel sand means. Is that gambling code? I don't know what that means, baby. Stadium seems fairly full. I mean, that looked like a strike to me, but this home plate umpire's had a kind of a wacky strike zone, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, that's tough. All right. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces are wild. Bone loads. That's a funny screen name. I don't know what it means. I'm going to assume it's something perverted. Why is that guy in the red wearing a Marley shirt? This reminds me of the game I was at when the Kings went into double overtime against the Calgary Flames, and they won. Mike Krushelnyski dived, and the puck just barely fluttered over Mike Vernon's head. Mike Vernon was like 5'9". Okay, I get it then. Apologies, bone loads. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button if you have not done so already. I'm just a humble YouTube streamer struggling to crack the algorithm of YouTube. I am a baseball fan, but I'm a hockey freak. So, well, there he goes. 3-2 pitch. Man, that catcher's got to be tired, man. He's been squatting for 2 games, basically. I mean, I used to be a much bigger baseball fan back in the day when I was a kid. I did not ban the GOAT guy. So either one of my mods did or, so if he was banned by one of my mods, he probably said something inappropriate. I did not do it. And let's keep the PCL drama out of this stream. Oh, yeah, that hit him right on top of the wrist. That's gotta hurt. I mean, I certainly understand, with a large amount of PCL people coming in here that you're gonna inherit your feuds into this stream, but I don't play with that shit. I ain't Perry. Perry likes to deal with you guys in that way. I don't. So if you don't like how I act in here, hit the brakes, baby. Well, you gotta see hockey live. Hockey live is awesome because it's just um it's like seeing Kiss. You put on a Kiss CD, you're not like overwhelmed with the musicianship, but you see the same songs played live, you're like, this is the greatest band ever. So I think hockey's the same way. You can watch a hockey game on TV and it's a little confusing because the rules are a little weird. But live, it's like, okay, I get it now. Earl Skakel in the house. Monday Night Live. Monday in the Earlverse. It's almost Tuesday in the Earlverse. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for coming in from PCL. Yeah, I mean, oh, the Rangers and Flyers used to be a great feud to watch in the 80s, even into the 90s. Uh, well, listen, I understand, PCL fans are like you have your, it's like wrestling. You like people, you don't like people, but I don't inherit those feuds in my stream. I'm appreciative of you guys hopping over here, but like if you're looking to engage with me and because I go in and out of PCL. I don't watch the whole 6 hours. I'll nap to it. So I don't know who's feuding with who's a cool listener, who isn't, who likes Perry, who doesn't like Perry, who doesn't like Tom, who likes Tom. So if you're looking for drama in my stream, you ain't gonna get it. Oh, who knows? I don't know. All right. Round Ice, what up? What up? Yeah, ain't no drama in my stream. I'm too old. Damn, that's a muddy sneaker. I'm too old for that shit. And I actually tell you guys, if you don't like my stream, there's a lot. Pat Dixon's streaming right now. Go to his stream. I've known Perry for 25 years. I met him first time I ever met him. I'll never forget. Um, was at the Canoga Park Bowl on a Tuesday night. All right, we got runners on second and third, 3-1 pitch. Joe Carter on deck. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you guys. I mean, I don't know if that was a strike. Looked a little inside to me. It's pretty close. It's right on the edge, I guess. It's a close one, though. If that's in Toronto, it's probably a ball. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Well, I mean, it's not really that interesting, to be honest with you. I just remember I was waiting to go on. I was sitting at the top of the stairs. Now, the Canoga Park Bowl, the show was in the bar in the bowling alley, so it was kind of separated from the. You didn't really hear the bowling activities, and I think Fred Rerun from What's Happening. He was the MC. It's one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. Um, so yeah, see, Bone Load's got the Joe Carter joke. Um, and I was waiting to go on, and Perry came up to me, and he had the leather jacket on and the hat, and he gave me his business card saying he's going to be the next big comic. And even I probably was maybe 2 years into comedy, and I just remember, I was nice to him. I've always been nice to everyone, but I remember in my head going, "Get the fuck out of here." So would you go on Big Brother? Probably not. I mean, I'd either get Me Too'd off the first episode or win the whole thing. I'd have final two deals with everyone on the show. Survivor, I couldn't do. There's no way I'm shitting in the jungles and eating only coconut. Big Brother, I do well in the endurance competitions. I'm in good physical shape for my age. But I was talking about this with Big Brother and Survivor with my friend last night, actually, because we were watching Survivor, and Brian Landon sent one Earl Skakel membership. Now, Brian, you're kind of new to my stream. Someone donates money, they get the big green one, but a gifted membership gets this. Thank you, Brian, very much. Yeah, Rerun Barry. And the funny thing was, one night he was bringing up my friend Jason Galern, who's a very funny comic. He's definitely on my list of comics who should be famous but aren't, or whatever. And Rerun got stuck on the stage, so he had to whisper to Jason, not realizing that the mic was picking up everything. "Hey, before I go, can you get me off this motherfucking stage?" I mean, it was a wild group of guys. Handicap comics, but the stage was in a pit, and so but there was no handicap access, so we had to like carry the wheelchair like down the pit and like um yeah, yeah, it's 100%, and a lot of people, when you talk about contributing, Brian, I know a lot of streams are very, very, money motivated, like steel toe and people begging for super chats and, rumble rants. And, I'm the complete opposite because I make my money in stand up and voiceover gigs, voiceover gigs, for lack of a better word, are my super chats. That's why I can have 4 Patreon members and laugh about it. Do I wish I had more? Absolutely, because I'm a competitive person with myself. I don't really care what other people have, but um, I do very well in the um, hit deep. Wow, what a fucking ball game! 18 innings, walk off home run, Freddie Freeman. You know how much pussy this guy could get right now? Man, that's a heartbreaker. Oh, look at that Blue Jays coach. He's like, fuck. Um, but a lot of people are getting back to Earl, how can we help you but not give you our money? Because you're streaming at what time is it? It's 11:51. It's basically midnight. There have been 20 streams on today that we've given money to. We got to stop at some point, and I understand that. But you can hit the like button. That's free. More importantly, you can hit the subscribe button. That's really what drives the algorithm. So that's free. You could simply just watch the fucking videos. Like I just put out a YouTube short today. Watch that. Watch the one I put out 2 days ago. So, it's really, there's many ways to help a streamer. And besides, YouTube takes such a big cut, 30% or whatever, that, you know, I don't like, obviously, I'd love to get, tons of super chats or whatever, but I'm fine with the subscriptions. So, thank you to Brian and the gifted memberships help. The more people in here, the more, views I get and all that shit. Have you ever met Tony Cox, the little dude in Bad Santa? I don't think I have. I know who he is, but um, good night, Cheese Wheel. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Um, I don't. What's my load maxing stack? I don't even know what that means. Um, yes, yes. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. I actually do have a OG Earlverse listener who does send me money in an envelope. Um, so um, I won't say who he is. He probably wants to be anonymous. But so the point of the that diatribe is there's many ways to help a streamer that don't involve money. But I think a lot of the people who do stream, it's their sole source of income. So I understand why they have to quote unquote grift for money. But I'm very lucky that I don't have to. So I like to just have just a simple stream. We just talk. My stream really has no theme per se. Well, by the way, we'll go another 10 minutes. We'll hit an hour. Good night, Michael. Thank you for joining us. And, we just obviously, I'm trying to get you guys at some point to come to a comedy show live, baby. And Shohei Ohtani, his new interpreter looks sketchier than his last one. That's amazing. He reached on base 9 times tonight. That is, really unbelievable. So, but I do thank you guys for coming tonight, supporting the channel. Is that Steve Garvey? I think that is Steve Garvey. He looks pretty good if that's him. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just like, because here's how I figure it. Because a lot of people are like, Earl, you come from the roast battle world. Why don't you roast fucking people? I'm sure I could. How funny would it be if me and Kevin Brennan went at each other online? That was not Steve Garvey, by the way. It looked like him. But here's how I look at it. I don't really get into the Dabbleverse stuff seriously because that shit starts at about 6 in the morning. With Steel Toe starts, Shuley starts. Chad comes in the early morning, mid morning, and then Brennan comes in at the afternoon time, and then you got DeVito and Win by Two and BYB and Pretty Antisocial and Karmic X and Joey C and Ashley Cummings and Clearwater Chad. And so by the time I stream, it's like all been talked about. So basically, who the hell cares what I think about the Dabbleverse? It's just all repeat. I'd rather talk about hockey to 20 people, to be honest with you. So yeah, but I mean, even that's why I don't even really talk about Perry in here, even though a lot of you guys certainly right now are Perry fans. I just, you guys have just watched a 6-hour stream about Perry, so I don't feel I have anything to add to that. Um, so, I mean, I guess she is. I mean, she had her 15 minutes of fame, and then she's been kind of replaced by Kiki, and now Kiki is being replaced by whoever else, Flimsy Greenbird or whatever. Felicia and Karmic X, they were driving the storyline for a few weeks, but that's kind of died down. So it's and I'm sure their eventual breakup, and I don't hope they break up, but I just assume they will. I mean, any internet-based romance is probably doomed for failure. Um, I don't have anything to add to that, and I'm not going to be next up in Kevin Brennan's Whack Pack group. I'll go on MLC only with Florentine because I respect him as a comic. I was asked to go on with Florentine last week, but he had to change his schedule. And then I was at, hey, will you go on with Clearwater Chad? Absolutely not. Nothing against him. I don't know him. Never met him, never talked to him. But, some of these people don't. And now it's what's that Nasty Neil guy? He's, and then Ava, she's kind of the go-to whatever right now. And then she'll be replaced eventually. And I have no interest in being next up in the Dabbleverse Whack Pack crew. So I will go another 5 minutes, guys. And then, no, I'm sure Clearwater Chad is a nice guy. Like I said, I don't know him. It's not personal with me. I just, he's clearly one of Kevin's whack packers. Was this a gay win for the Dodgers or was it heterosexual? I mean, it's a win. I don't know if it deserves a sexual connotation, to be honest with you. It's a win's a win. Next game's important, though. You got to figure the Blue Jays will be brokenhearted, but Big Black win. We've got some celebrities, so Dabbleverse and Howard Stern celebrities in the stream. So if you want to get last minute Dabbleverse questions in, by all means, by all means. So that's just how I think about it. This was a great game. I mean, the Blue Jays are a good team. They're not really known in the American parlance. Because they're in Toronto and we don't get a lot of Toronto news reporting in Los Angeles. So, well, I mean, I think most of you guys are here to have a good time. Interesting thing, but you're still gonna play the games, so I think that, I understand, the nature of trolls and the internet, and, there's a lot of things that I laughed my ass off with Kevin Brennan going into, the Stress Factory with his noisemaker. So, that was funny to me. So, when I say I don't like talking about the Dabbleverse, I'm not saying I don't like the Dabbleverse. It's fascinating to me. It's very pro wrestling. You have new characters, you have old characters coming back. You have Chad's a face, then he's a heel, then he's a face. Now he's going after Lady KB, which, I don't like the body shaming stuff. So, like, I mean, I've seen Lady KB in person. She's hot. Like, I don't have a type, but like, you know, I wouldn't mind waking up next to her. I'll tell you that much. So, but I don't get involved in that. I don't do the Zoom roast battles and shit, and I just don't. I'm much better in person. So, you know, there we go. So I will get my Comedy Store schedule tomorrow night. I usually get um, a Saturday night closing out the main room. So if I did not, Walter, I did not put it in, Lady KB. Well, Zoom roasts are easy because you can just write your shit down and you can look at it and go, okay, well, the other person's 1,000 miles away from me. So, yeah, you're this. But, it's just different when they're on stage next to you in front of a live audience. It's just the adrenaline rush is different. And, I mean, I battled Jimmy Carr on international television. That's how you do a roast battle. So, like I said earlier, when I think a troll from PCL came in, tell us a joke, say something funny. Yeah, that's just not how I do it on a stream. I can't tell a joke right now and then see LOL on the stream and go, okay, that's a good joke. I've got to hear that instant laughter a second after I tell the joke or say the line. So, but that's just how I operate. And we'll go another 2.5 minutes, guys. 2.5 minutes, and then you guys can go to whatever other stream you want to go to, or you can have me be the final stream of the night. It is a different atmosphere, but I find that, like when I went to I went to the first Hackamania, and I knew the stand-up show was not going to be great. They wanted to hear basically a Dabbleverse roast. But I saw all these people who were like online enemies, and they were being nice to each other because it's just different when you're in front of the person. Your balls shrivel up to be the size of chickpeas when you call, say, Melton fat, and then he's in front of you and he's about 6'6", 300 pounds. It's like, oh, hey man, I love your show. Shit like that. My thoughts on the reality comics is I can't believe they went over there. I mean, that is a part of the world where they don't like women, blacks, gays, and in my opinion, they helped financially um, fund part of 9/11. And Pete Davidson, who lost his dad in one of the towers, went over there. That's fucking bonkers to me. That's like when Bret Hart went back to the WWE to do a segment with Shawn fucking Michaels, and they killed his brother, and he still went over there. I mean, Bill Burr's wife is black. How do you think a black female gets treated over there? Probably not very well. I'm going to guess not well. So, and they can't need the money. I mean, it's one thing if you're sending open mic comics over there. Okay, they need the money. I mean, they're getting paid $100,000 for a half-hour set. That's more money than they'll make the rest of their comedy careers. But when you're Byrne, you're making millions, and Russell Peters are making millions, and Pete Davidson makes millions. You can't need the money. Whitney Cummings, you can't need the money. I mean, I know I make good residual checks. I can only imagine what Whitney Cummings makes. So it's just disappointing, And well, listen, I think, I was talking with a comic about it the other day. And, I basically said what I just said to you guys, like they can't need the money. And he's an older comic, a veteran comic. And he was like, Earl, it's not about the money. It's about the attention. It's about getting up in front of an audience. So you think It kind of makes sense. You think Burr and all those famous comics who went over there, the rush of a crowd doesn't mean anything to them. It does. That's why comics do what we do. I mean, I've been doing stand up for 25 years now. I was unsuccessful for a large part of that time. But, now every time I get up in the main room of the Comedy Store, it's like it's my first time. It's such a fucking rush, and as someone who's never done drugs before, like, ever, I'm hooked, and I'm always chasing that first laughter I got in that room. So, well, I don't think it's about the women, to be honest with you. I mean, Bill Burr's married, Russell Peters is married. I don't know what Pete Davidson is. He's probably a pussy hound, I guess, but, um good night, Donald Smith, throat punch. Thank you for coming in. So this comic was basically explaining to me that that's why they went over there, the rush, and to have their ass kissed. I mean, I'm sure they all got flown over on Air Emirates in the suite, which is like a floating apartment in the sky. Everything's paid for. They probably got paid. Hey, you need a new outfit for the show. The Prince of Brunei will take you to the mall and you buy whatever you want. I'm sure. Well, I think they all came off really bad. I mean, I've seen a couple interviews with Whitney where she's kind of doubling down, and it's like, man, this is not a good look. I'm sorry, it's just not. And most people who I say that to, they're like, "Oh, you'd go over there if they offered you $10 million." Well, they're not going to offer me $10 million. It's literally like saying to me, if you had a 2-foot dick, would you be in porn? I probably would, but I don't have a 2-foot dick. So there you go. Um, and you had like Jessica Kirshen, who's a lesbian, go over there. How do you think lesbians are treated over there? Um, and Tim Dillon was going to go over there, and I think they canceled his gig once he started talking about how women get sexually assaulted over there or something. But I think he got like half the money, so he kept it probably. Well, I mean, I know Bill. I mean, obviously, I don't know what his relationship is like with his wife, but like to think that he's married to a black woman, and how do you think black women get treated over in Saudi Arabia? Like, not well. So it's I mean, I say it's disappointing, but it's on them. And look at the backlash. I don't think going over there helped one person. Even a guy like Chris Stefano, who, you know, he makes very good money touring. He couldn't have needed the money, but um, I mean, well, here's the thing. I mean, it doesn't affect my life at all what they do, so I don't really care. But don't lecture me on morals ever again that you went over there and took that blood money. I mean, that's the same fucking nation that chopped up that reporter Khashoggi. So don't sit there and tell me you went over there for a good cause. So there's one thing I hate. It's comics telling me how to live the high moral background. I don't think so, Chief. Uh, yeah, but he probably went over there. It's like that one comic said that told me, it's not about the money. It's about the attention, the adoration. I mean, that's half the reason I do comedy. I mean, I make good money at the Comedy Store, but half the reason I go there is for people to come up to me after and go, "Hey, you're really funny. You are our favorite comic," or whatever. I mean, who doesn't like to hear that? But you know, well, I mean, I just don't understand. You know, I mean that's such a awful part of the world. Now when Jeff Ross goes over there, that makes complete sense. And I know I bag on Jeff a lot, but when I heard he went over there, it's like, okay, that's not surprising at all. He'd go to Hitler's bar mitzvah and MC it. But, the other people, just like, it's kind of disappointing because I look up to a lot of them. But, that's their thing. All right, you guys, this has been a fun stream. Appreciate you watching both streams. I'm going to the gym, actually. It is 12:09 a.m. I appreciate you guys all. This has been Earl Skakel in the Earlverse. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hit the like and subscribe button if you have not done so already. I know. Well, I'm just up right now. So, if you want to follow me, I guess I can do this on the iMac. This is the one good thing I do like. This is another thing that doesn't cost you guys a penny. If you want to follow me, I'm literally on all social media. This is my handle at Earl Skakel. And I don't have Venmo. I'm not on Streamlabs or whatever. But just so I blend in with all the other streamers, this is my PayPal. Fuck yeah. I'll end the stream like steel toe. Give me your money.